Let's cross now to another one of those hotspots, London, and our London correspondent Jonathan Sacerdoti joins me from the British capital. Jonathan, thank you for being with us. Thousands of protesters have joined that women's march in London. Is London on board with this international campaign on the first full day of Donald Trump's presidency?
The protesters that are now making their way to Trafalgar Square, having started outside the American embassy, say that this isn't actually just about Trump. Of course, though, it is tied in with those protests we've just seen around the world. They say that this is more about equality for women across the globe, and that it's not just Donald Trump that they're protesting against. That said, many of the banners and chants that are being seen and heard on the protest are referencing Donald Trump, things like "dump Trump" and references to his comment about grabbing women by the pussy. Very few of them seem to be referencing, for example, women's treatment in other parts of the world, such as under the Saudi Arabian regime or under ISIS. So those people who are observing this do see this as being about Donald Trump.
Now, Jonathan, we understand that representatives from the Labour Party are also expected to join in London. Does this mean there's support within the British Parliament to what's perceived, at least, as an anti-Trump movement?
That's right. Well, Yvette Cooper, a senior Labour politician, and even Sadiq Khan, the Labour London mayor, are both believed to be taking part in the protest today and are going to speak in Trafalgar Square when the main event gets underway, it's understood. That does suggest that there is some mainstream political support for the idea of opposing any policies that Donald Trump might put in place, any presumed policies that they think will counter the rights of women in America or elsewhere in the world, anything that might see minority groups suffering under what seems to be a new populist regime that is taking over in America and others which may be taking over elsewhere in the world. People are genuinely out today, they say, to celebrate equality for women and minorities, but also to sound an alarm that they feel that these things are under threat.
Sounding an alarm. Jonathan Sacerdoti, thank you very much for joining us from London. Owen, I want to get